What do Bill Gates, Justin Trudeau and Barack Obama have in common? They all share murky, inconsistent backstories that unravel under scrutiny. Each was raised in influential far-left families with troubling connections to intelligence agencies, raising questions about who they really are and how they rose to power. And they all have wives who left them because they are elite pedophiles, compromised by the global elite. Melinda Gates was unequivocal about why she left Bill Gates. According to Melinda, it was Bill's close relationship with the convicted paedophile Jeffrey Epstein.
I also met Jeffrey Epstein exactly one time.
Did you?
Yes, because I wanted to see who this man was. And I regretted it from the second I stepped in the door. He was abhorrent. He was evil personified. I had nightmares about it afterwards.
In a statement to CBS, Bill Gates called meeting with Epstein a, quote, substantial error in judgment. Melinda still co-chairs the Gates Foundation with her ex-husband.
Melinda said, "You need to choose between Epstein and me," and Bill settled on the convicted paedophile with the island full of underage sex slaves. Then we had the case of Trudeau's wife Sophie abandoning the sinking ship before Justin's huge pedophilia scandal blows up in their faces. And now, Michelle Obama is distancing herself from Barack, preparing to announce their divorce, as she knows his darkest secrets are about to be revealed to the world. Are you starting to notice a pattern emerging here? Before we dive in, join the People's Voice Locals community if you haven't already, and sign up to become a member of the world's first ever cyber nation that truly believes in life, liberty, and the pursuit of your dreams. Visit joson.com and click the Join Us button today. It's completely free. Barack Obama's secrets have been an open secret in Washington for decades. And just as the mainstream media buried the truth about Jeffrey Epstein, Bill Clinton, and their powerful circle of VIP pedophiles, they're circling the wagons around Obama, protecting him from exposure.
We convinced her to talk to us. It was unbelievable what we had. Clinton, we had everything. I tried for 3 years to get it on, to no avail, and now it's all coming out, and it's like these new revelations, and I freaking had all of it. I'm so pissed right now. Like, every day I get more and more pissed because I'm just like, oh my God, what we had was unreal. Other women backing it up. Hey, yep. Brad Edwards, the attorney, 3 years ago, saying there will come a day when we will realize Jeffrey Epstein was the most prolific pedophile this country has ever known. And I had it all 3 years ago.
Just as Bill Clinton relied on Hillary to wage a fearsome campaign of intimidation against the media, threatening executives with dire consequences if they dared to reveal the truth, Barack Obama has perfected his own brand of gangster tactics to keep the press in line.
In 2008, it became really clear that Barack Obama had been having sex with men and smoking crack. And a guy came forward, Larry Sinclair, and said, "I'll sign an affidavit." And he did. "I'll take a lie detector." And he did. "I smoked crack with Barack Obama and had sex with him." Well, that was obviously true. Nobody reported it, not because they were squeamish about sex or drugs, but because the Obama campaign said anyone who reports on this gets no access to the Obama campaign. And so they didn't report on it.
The Obamas have been living a carefully constructed life for decades, with skeletons in both their closets. But it's Barack's secrets that now threaten to shatter their carefully curated public image. Yet, the liberal mainstream media continues to turn a blind eye, refusing to entertain any revelations that could tarnish their poster boy's reputation. Barack's own family members have publicly revealed that he is a closeted homosexual, a claim echoed by his college girlfriend and multiple former male partners who've come forward to share their stories. How many voices must speak out before the media acknowledge that their liberal icon may not be who he claims to be? If the entire Obama narrative is a fabrication, the real question becomes, who are they truly? And why are the global elite so determined to shield them from scrutiny?
Fast and furious loud, I have been hearing this rumor that the Obamas are getting a divorce by reputable people. I'm not talking about TMZ. I'm not talking about Perez Hilton, although I love him. He's my friend. I'm talking about like very serious journalists telling me that they're hearing that the Obama divorce rumors are true. Do you agree with that? Have you heard that? Do you think it's just garbage?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I've certainly heard it for a while, even before Michelle said she wasn't coming to the inauguration, which also could be interpreted as like another act of resistance, which would only make her like more, if that's really true and they stay together, like more of a baddie in the movement when like it really is no one in the Democratic Party who is like holding that mantle aside from AOC. But yeah, we've heard that for a long time. Like, I've just heard that they live separate lives. Like, that's just what's happened. But they are kind of like America's sweethearts in a lot of ways. And it's so, I think it would be devastating. Like, I told some friends about it before it broke on the Daily Mail, like a week or so earlier. And when they called me, they're like, oh my God, you were right. I can't believe you. I think it's like actually devastating for people.
Liberals may be devastated about the news of the impending Obama divorce, but this is just the tip of the iceberg. The truth is, Barack Obama is part of the globalist cabal, a hand-picked puppet of the elite, chosen to dismantle his country from within. These leaders are carefully selected not for their merits, but because they can be controlled. Why? Because they're compromised. Their secrets held like leverage, ensuring their loyalty to the agenda of those pulling the strings.
It is odd that Michelle Obama wasn't at the Jimmy Carter funeral and wasn't at the inauguration. She hates Trump that much. And then people started saying, wait a minute, something else going on here. The rumors are out there that Barack Obama's having an affair, and they said he's having an affair with Jennifer Aniston. Jennifer Aniston has denied it. But it's out there that there's some sort of tension now in their relationship. And what if the actual story is not that Michelle Obama hates Trump? What if she hates her husband right now? That's a whole dynamic story, because remember, I thought she might be the nominee in 2024. I even thought she might be the nominee in 2028. She's probably the most famous Democrat in America today. What if the real story here is she's not angry at Trump at all? She's furious at her husband.
According to investigators, Michelle Obama is furious with her husband as his indiscretions at parties hosted by Diddy are on the verge of global exposure. This looming scandal threatens to shatter the Obama family's reputation, destroy their lucrative business ventures, shake the political establishment to its core, and derail Michelle's 2028 political ambitions. But the elite won't let their poster boy fall without a fight. Preserving Barack Obama's carefully curated image has become a critical front in their battle for control. To protect him, they've spun an elaborate cover story, one involving none other than Jennifer Aniston, who many allege was born male. This distraction serves as a smokescreen for the impending Obama divorce. But here's the truth. Obama has never been interested in women, something that's been glaringly obvious to anyone paying even the slightest attention for years.
A magazine that came out a couple of weeks ago in touch said the truth about Jen and Barack. Now,
that was of all the calls you get from your publicist where you're just like, oh no, what's it going to be? Or the email saying, some cheesy tabloid is going to make up a story, and then it's that.
Yeah. Does your publicist ever go like, is there any truth to this? Or is it...
No, that is absolutely untrue.
Well, I know it's not true. Yeah. I just don't know if everybody knows.
Well, it is untrue.
Some people, it is untrue. So the truth about Jen and Barack is that there is no truth.
There is no
untrue.
Truth.
You know Barack Obama.
I've met him once.
Met him once.
I know Michelle more than him.
What is there a truth about you and Michelle that we should know?
That is not true.
So. But it's not just Obama's homosexuality that's about to be exposed. It's the age of his lovers, or rather, his victims. This revelation threatens not only to shatter his carefully crafted legacy, but also to deal a devastating blow to the Democratic Party, potentially crippling their chances of recovery for generations to come. We have the details after this important word from our sponsor. Today's sponsor is pillsforever.com. If you think Big Pharma have your best interests at heart, think again. Under Biden, the price of medicine in America has skyrocketed, and there are certain medicines Big Pharma don't want you to know about. That's why I've partnered with pillsforever.com. All of their FDA-approved medicines are the cheapest you'll find anywhere. More importantly, you can order medicines that Big Pharma don't want you to have, such as ivermectin, hydroxychloroquine, and fenbendazole. Speaking of fenbendazole, not only does it get rid of parasites that live inside your body, there have been studies that show fenbendazole can help with cancer. Listen to this testimony of Joe Tippins, a cancer survivor thanks to fenbendazole.
2 years ago, Joe Tippin says he was told to go home, call hospice, and say his goodbyes. The doctors were unanimous. He was going to die of small cell lung cancer.
Once that kind of cancer goes that far afield, the odds of survival are less than 1%, and the median life expectancy is 3 months.
Tippin says he got a tip, not from a pharmacist, but a veterinarian. And in his desperation, he turned from people medicine to dog medicine. Specifically, fenbendazole.
My insurance company spent $1.2 million on me with traditional means before I switched to a $5 a week medicine that actually saved me.
Get 15% off using coupon code People's Voice at the checkout. Please click the link below this video or call 256-664-4170 to take advantage of this fantastic offer. Is there a paedophile ring operating at the highest levels of global politics? Those who've been living with eyes wide open say the answer is a definitive yes. Let's take a look at the Pierre Elliott Trudeau Foundation, named after Justin's supposed father, the former leftist Prime Minister. The foundation claims to support creative and critical thinkers who make meaningful contributions to social issues. But according to an FBI document released by WikiLeaks, the Pierre Elliott Trudeau Foundation has a history of employing blatant paedophile symbols in its messaging. Is this what Klaus Schwab meant when he said he had infiltrated Canada's parliament and appointed compromised individuals to leadership roles, including Justin Trudeau and his drug-addicted deputy, Chrystia Freeland? Ask yourself this. What would you think if you found this middle-aged man flirting and dancing with your 12-year-old daughter at a Taylor Swift concert? Deeply unpopular Justin Trudeau, forced to announce that he'll be standing down as Prime Minister, is set to face a reckoning of the kind that will rock global politics to the core. Meanwhile, Barry Soetoro, better known by his CIA name Barack Obama, is also facing a storm like never before. The man, who once boasted of serving a third term through puppet President Joe Biden, is now sweating bullets, as a political scandal of epic proportions threatens to unravel his legacy and land him behind bars for years to come. The Democrats threw all norms aside in their relentless lawfare campaign against Donald Trump, desperately trying to imprison him and prevent his return to the White House. But in their haste, they broke a critical rule, the long-standing tradition of not prosecuting former presidents. Now that door has been swung wide open, Barack is about to feel the full force of the consequences. Worse still for him, it's all on film. The feds have it all. And with the Democrats losing control of the reins in DC, Obama's sordid past is finally catching up with him. Epstein's child trafficking network wasn't the only game in town, entrapping high-profile names in compromising situations with children young enough to be their grandkids. Sean Diddy Combs ran a similar operation from deep inside the bowels of the entertainment industry, ensnaring the likes of Barack Obama, who has more in common with Bill Clinton than simply being a former Democrat president. According to whistleblowers, Clinton is not the only one who likes them young. Let's review the evidence. As much as the media and fact-checkers try to obfuscate the truth, we know for a fact that Obama flew in $65,000 worth of so-called hot dogs and pizza for a private White House party using clandestine channels. We also know, thanks to WikiLeaks emails, that the FBI identified hot dogs and pizza as paedophile code words, with hot dogs being code for young boys and pizza for young girls. As you may have guessed, there are no publicly available images or information from this very expensive hot dog and pizza party. Let's review some more evidence. Diddy's long list of child victims is becoming longer by the day because he was enlisted by powerful elites to corrupt countless celebrities and politicians by turning them on to pedophilia, often deceptively at first, until they became complicit and compromised. If you have seen photos on social media of Diddy and his party participants eating sushi and fruit off the bodies of naked women, you should know that this wasn't common or garden variety raunch. They weren't women, they were underage girls. Diddy orchestrated everything carefully, creating an environment designed to corrupt and trap the celebrity and political elite, luring them into a situation where they could be compromised. But some of these celebrities and politicians did not need much encouragement to get turned on to little boy love. Step forward Barack Obama, formerly known as Barry Soetoro and nicknamed Bathhouse Barry during his time in San Francisco in the 90s. According to Jaguar Wright, the 90s pop star and former friend of Sean Diddy Combs, Barack and Michelle Obama have both attended freak-off parties, and she has personally seen Barack on the tapes.
What are your thoughts on Obama allegedly attending freak-off parties?
Well, I know he was there. I seen him on a tape. And his wife went with him. They all hang out together.
Yeah.
They had a lot of fun in Cuba.
What'd you say?
They had a lot of fun in Cuba.
Were they there with Jay-Z and Beyonce at the same time?
Mm-hmm.
What kind of fun? Were they ordering pizza and hot dogs from Chicago?
I think so.
Obama's kind of missing right now.
I don't know why.
He
came out and tried to shame all of Black America for not wanting to vote for a not black lying bitch. And now he done disappeared. That all of they magic done fell through the floor.
Sean Diddy Combs has been working with the FBI his whole career and has blackmail material on some of the most powerful people in America, including Barack Obama. This allegation comes from Suge Knight, the incarcerated former CEO of Death Row Records and a longtime associate and rival of Combs. Suge Knight confirmed that Obama and TD Jakes went to Diddy's parties and Oprah went to Jeffrey Epstein's pedophile island in a bombshell interview with Michael Franzese.
And that did happen with Puffy,
We would be having, yeah, 1,000%.
You think Obama had anything to do with any of these parties that he had?
Absolutely.
Wow.
You got presidents, you got preachers. T.D. Jakes is one of the biggest black preachers around that everybody loves. Everybody in prison, if they try to get the word of religion, they're not going to the chapel somewhere. They're turning to watch T.D. Jakes. He had to resign from his whole community.
That's right.
You talking about the top of the top.
Unbelievable.
Top.
Man, I got a lot of questions with this guy, but you answered the first one. How do you get away with something like this for all this time with all these people that are allegedly involved? I want to tell you this. I was in the same tier, the same cell that Epstein was on. And Suge, there's no way in hell that guy could have committed suicide on that tier. I was in there for 7 months. There's no way.
And coming from you, I know you didn't know the truth. And I personally didn't think he was going to commit suicide. But the thing is, he had from Oprah Winfrey to everybody on that island. Anybody with a weird fetish, and that's what underage kids, was on that island. And everybody knew it. So it's not like it's a situation where all of a sudden, maybe, there's been a talk. And you know as well as I know, like you being on the same tier as him, he probably was going to tell it all. He up himself,
No doubt. No doubt in my mind at all.
They made sure he didn't.
Yeah, absolutely. There's no way he could have done it. First of all, they're watching all the time. There's cameras, and just so happens that one particular time there's no cameras and no one monitoring that. I had eyes on me 24/7 when I was there. So, I knew it was impossible.
Always.
Yeah.
You didn't have that one time to yourself.
Nothing
You're
at all.
always watching yourself.
So
always. No way.
During a recent interview on News Nation, Knight pointed out that Diddy's leverage over Obama was so powerful that he once had the former president get his friend out of prison after he was jailed on drug charges. Knight also mentioned pop stars Usher and Justin Bieber, claiming Diddy and others were introducing them to drugs at a very young age and raping them as a control mechanism. Industry insiders like Denzel Washington and the late Prince have warned about the dark influences of the Illuminati, sharing cautionary tales for young stars who were considering selling their souls to the devil. At the time, many people thought they were exaggerating. Newsflash, they were not.
You all saw The Matrix. There is a war going on, the battlefield's in the mind, and the prize is the soul. So, let's be careful. Thank you.
As evidence continues to mount, and the mainstream media continue to circle the wagons and protect the Obamas from legitimate inquiry, we have a favour to ask you. If you appreciate our investigative reporting and believe we are providing a critical service, then please subscribe to the channel and like the video, and join the People's Voice Locals community so we can work together to spread this news far and wide. It's time to hold the globalist elite accountable for their crimes. Today's video is brought to you by IPv6ers. Are you a content creator who wants to publish information online without Big Brother spying and censoring your every move? IPv6 is set to revolutionize the way information is disseminated on the internet by eliminating the need for big tech companies to provide unreliable, overpriced services such as self-hosting, email, and data management. IPv6 enables an easy and accessible way for you to host your own web and email server with direct end-to-end connections and enhanced security. This means no snooping from Big Brother and no interference from the technocratic elite. If Hillary Clinton can get away with running her own server, why shouldn't you? Go to thepeoplesvoice.tv/IPv6 to sign up, or click the link below this video to take back control of the internet and win the info wars against the globalists. If you like our content, help support our sponsor IPv6ers and go to thepeoplesvoice.tv/IPv6 today. Thank you IPv6ers for making this video possible.